I love Ghana in a profound way. More than anything, for me, it's symbolic of my freedom. You come here to Ghana, you deal with doom sword, but you're not going to be gunned down by a police officer. You come here, you deal with rough roads, you're not going to deal with racism. We're actually witnessing and being a part of the growth and transition of our nations here.
What I find in Ghana is that an entrepreneur spirit tends to make it more here than coming to work in a corporate 9 to 5.
People coming from all over the world to invest in Ghana. Why can't Ghanaians go back to do the same?
Do you think Ghanaians are serious when it comes to working?
I think a lot of diasporans have more of that Pan-African energy than people that are natives here.
We say we're going to stay, but when times get tough, we have the opportunity to go back.
Malcolm X said, you're a fool to let your enemies educate your children. You see your people reflected on signboards. Even the president looks like you. You know, you go into the bank manager is like you.
So if you had to relive your life, would you have come to Ghana earlier?
Way earlier. At least 10 years ago.
Hello guys, my name is Cassandra and I'm here to invite each and every one of you guys to the Diaspora Transition Network. It's a network for everyone in the diaspora to join. Any issues you have with GRA, Ghana's Registrar's Office, Lands Commission, they are here to help, support, and also guide you through it all. So click the link and sign up and join today.
Welcome to another show of the Diaspora Transition. I have the African superstar with me today, JEENA, wearing her beautiful kente.
Yes,
rocking it. I love it. Where did you get it from, Accra or Kumasi?
Yeah, Accra.
Accra.
Yes.
And I have Cecilia with me, a business development manager for Consume. Literally, you've come, you're a baby here in Ghana.
Yes, I am.
Because it's been, what, 5 months since you've been here. And JEENA, you've been off and on. You've been coming to Ghana in and out for a while now.
Correct.
But you've settled for a year and some change. Your heritage is actually from Cameroon.
Yeah.
But you decided to settle in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
So the journey, it spans a long time ago. I first got introduced to Ghanaians, I would say, when in my university days. My very best friend, his name was Kofi. And he used to take me everywhere with him because we liked to party. And people thought that we were dating, but we weren't. We were just friends. And that's when I got introduced to the Ghanaian culture, the people, the music, the food, and I loved it. It was lit. So I thought, okay, if this is how they are here in America at the time, I was living in Ohio, then if I go to Ghana, it's going to be amplified because that's the root. So that was the very beginning of it. I moved from the US to the UK in 2017. I had my very first trip here in 2016, and I started coming frequently, to Ghana. I would come for Independence Day, come for the parties, and it was much more convenient to come from London to Ghana. So I was coming very often, started a business, was selling prints. I would come pick them here and then take them back to the UK and sell them on my website. So that was kind of the back and forth, just meeting people, trying to get acclimated. But the one thing that was significant about Ghana for me was that I was always welcome. I was welcome from the very first day that I made my first Ghanaian friend. As someone with mixed heritage, you're always asked, oh, where are you from? Who are you? People are trying to define you. But I never encountered that here in Ghana.
Really?
People always looked at me as one of their own. Because of my surname, they would always say, oh, are you Ewe? I have a name that's similar to Ewe name. Are you Ewe? It was never, where are you from? Who are you? It was always like, oh, you're one of our tribes. You're one of our people. And even when I began my social media, the Ghanaians supported me, and that is how I acquired the name, the African Superstar.
So that started in Ghana?
That actually started back in the US.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That started in the US because they couldn't really fathom why someone would have this interest that didn't grow up here, that was a bit disconnected. And like you said, my family is from elsewhere. So what is it about Ghana? And I just belong, I really honestly feel that way. I'm a world traveler. I've been to many countries.
Have you been to Cameroon?
I haven't been recently because I was due to go in 2019, but they've been experiencing a conflict for several years now. And so I was advised, by family that it's probably not ideal for me to come. One of the regions that's severely impacted is where I would go. Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately I haven't been, and I haven't really organized, it's still ongoing. So I haven't been recently. But I've visited 5 other countries here on the continent, and while all lovely, Ghana is still home.
But still Ghana is...
Yeah, Ghana is still home.
Really?
Every time I think about it, I'm so warm, and whenever I buy my tickets, when I was abroad and I buy the ticket, it's like, oh, I can't sleep. The excitement is it's just too much. Yeah, I realized that I love Ghana in a profound way. More than anything, for me, it's symbolic of my freedom. And I've given a lot to come here, relationships, friendships, I've sacrificed, but I would do it a million times because this is where I'm most happy, most complete, most productive.
That's such a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of diasporans are still like, there's a struggle here, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes they think, maybe I should go back. Maybe I'm not welcome here. Maybe I'm not needed here. Maybe my skills are not needed here. But you seem to have a different view to that.
I mean, I think that in life, and I'm very grateful to my parents because I think that they have really instilled in me a realistic view on the world. Life is difficult. You will always pick your poison, so to speak. You offset different elements depending on what you choose to do. So in the UK, I might not struggle per se to get a job, for instance. Public transportation is convenient. You're going to have consistent Wi-Fi. You're going to have power. However, your social life is challenged. You are a minority. You deal with racism. You deal with harsh weather. You see, so you come here to Ghana, you deal with doom sore, but you're not going to be gunned down by a police officer. You come here, you deal with rough roads. You're not going to deal with racism. You may get a bigger place to live here, less cost of living compared to obviously UK, you've lived there, we pay big money for small accommodations. The money that we spend, I used to rent a room in UK for £500 a month. If I do that here, I can live posh, so it's just all what you choose. And so for me, the problems that I experience here on the continent are minute compared to the things that I experience in the West. And also, we have the ability, and we're actually witnessing and being a part of the growth and transition of our nations here, versus in the West is already developed. You know, the problems that are there are ongoing. We are powerless to change them. And for me, as a progressive person, that makes me feel very hopeless. Knowing that, okay, I'm a young person, I'm going to endure this for the rest of my life, irrespective of education, money, whatever I do, I'm going to be impacted. I think the psychological damage that our people are facing outside is irreversible. And I experience much more, you know, relaxation on that end here. I don't feel mentally taxed. You know, here, I don't feel exhausted when I wake up like I did there. I don't feel like I have to put on a different face when I go into a business or when I go to work. I can't be, you know, wholly myself, you know, versus here, it's okay for me to be the African superstar. I actually celebrate it. You know, I come out in my kente here, people are like, oh, wow, great, where are you going? Oh, that's pretty. If you come out there, they're gonna be like, oh, where are you going? What's going on? What's happening? Or you can't wear this to work. You know, you can't do, you know, restriction. I'm free here, you know, and that is a very priceless thing. You know, so for someone like me who is a leader, freedom is everything. I will give everything for it, you know. Yeah, I will give everything for it.
Cecilia, do you feel the same way?
I do completely.
You've come from Germany.
Yes.
So you were in Europe and you moved with your husband 5 months ago.
Yes.
And you're here for the long run.
Yes, I am.
And
yes,
why did you move?
So, I mean, I grew up in Germany. Lived there for the past 18 years. I went there when I was 14. And before I even moved to Germany, I kept saying to my parents, I don't want to live in Germany. Like my dad told me, when my dad told me we're moving to Germany, I was so disappointed. I was like, no, because I'd been there on holidays and the kids weren't as friendly. So I was like, no, I don't want to move to Germany. So I went there, went to high school, but I always said to myself, I'll have to move back to Ghana. So between the years 2011 and when we moved in 2021, I'd been to Ghana like 10 times. Every single year I'd come, sometimes twice in a year, because I was like, Ghana is home, my family is here, I want to be here, this is where I feel happiest. When I'm in Germany, I have all these other like health issues, like I have all these allergies and stuff. But when I'm here, I don't even have them. Like I eat anything and I'm happy, I'm free, I go to the beach, you know, the weather is nice. I'm not thinking of, you know, dressing in layers upon layers to go out. So I worked for a bit. I mean, I started a transition in 2016 actually. Okay. I came in 2016 for a year and a half to work with an advisory firm here in Ghana. Got a bit of experience, spent all my savings, and then I was like, now I'm back to zero. So I'm going back to Germany to save up and come back again. So I went back again to Germany, met my husband here actually, and then we moved together to Germany. We worked for about 4 years, and then we're like, okay, we want to start a business in Ghana. And I think this is the right time to do it because so many of the YouTube videos we were watching during the lockdown had sort of impacted that decision for us to come back. We were heavily inspired by those videos. So many diasporans coming back to Ghana, transitioning with their kids. We were super, super inspired. And we're like, okay, I think it's either we do it now or never. Because if we keep postponing it, thinking we're going to get more money, something is always going to come up. You're always going to need something miscellaneous. There's so many things you can't control. So why not do it now? So we moved in October, took our savings, and so yeah, this is the business we're going to set up, and we're going to do it. We don't know how it's going to play out, but we're just optimistic that it will work out. So we're coming, and that's when we came in October, and it's been good.
So the year that you came, that you were here for a year and a bit, do you think that really impacted your decision to come back?
Absolutely. So that year, I got to know Ghana well, I'd say in my adulthood. That was the first time I'd come to Ghana as an adult, and I could experience things on my own. I could travel through Ghana and around Ghana to other African countries on my own. And I was like, wow, I love this. Like, I can't do this anywhere else. So for me, it really impacted that decision. And I got to network as well, make new friends, meet other people who had come back to Ghana as well. So for me, it was the decisive factor for me to actually say I'd move back.
What job were you doing in Germany? What were you and your husband doing?
Yes. So my background is quite diverse. I did social sciences for my bachelor's, And then I did international humanitarian law for my master's. But I was working in a tech company as a people operations specialist. So it was basically HR, like onboarding, offboarding, interviewing, and all of that. And I've never really been the 9-to-5 person, never. Like every time I work 9-to-5, after a year and a half, I'm like, no. And then I'll just hand in my resignation and go do something else. So even before we came, I started a business with my sister in Germany. It was like a hair business that we had an online store selling hair products, hair accessories. And I was like, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing things for myself. You know, I'm my own boss. I can control, you know, how things run in my business. So I was working at a tech startup as a people operations specialist, just doing the day-to-day things, working in the code, going to work.
Alarm clock.
You don't miss that?
Not at all. Not at all. Every time I speak to my friends and like they're in their hoodies and cardigans indoors, I'm like, nah.
This is not the life for me.
No.
What I find in Ghana is that an entrepreneur spirit tend to make it more here than coming to work in a corporate 9-to-5. So I think that you have the entrepreneur spirit. You guys felt that, you know, let's come here, let's open this online store, which for me, everything is going online now. How did your family feel when you told them that, you know, you're packing up your bags and you're moving to Ghana?
So my parents were concerned because prior to coming, I had handed in my resignation at work. And I was doing well. I was earning like well. And my mom didn't understand why I would quit my job. She was like, why? Like, you have a child. Aren't you going to think about your child's future? I was like, no, I do have a child, but this is what we want to do. We've thought carefully about it, and I think it's the right time. You know, Ghana has so many opportunities, and we need to grasp it. There are people coming from all over the world to invest in Ghana. Why can't Ghanaians go back to do the same? I think she was convinced. She was convinced that, okay, they're not changing their mind anytime soon, and they should go, you know, and experience Ghana and what Ghana has to offer. Yeah.
And what about your friends?
My friends were excited, but nervous as well for us, because we told them like the whole business idea. We told them like how much money is involved. They're like, are you sure you don't want to invest in Europe? Are you sure you want to take all that money, go to Ghana? Because Ghana is fluid. You can't guarantee that you're going to succeed. There are so many factors, so many challenges. And I kept blocking, like every time people talk about the negative aspects of coming to Ghana, I'm just like, you know what, it's going to work. You know, we know this idea is going to work because we're in a technology world. You know, everyone is doing things online. And with this business that we have the skills, we have the expertise. I think we will thrive. Wow. So, yeah.
Wow. So tell us about the business, Consume.
Yes, Consume. Yeah. So Consume is an online supermarket. We do rapid grocery delivery. What that means is if you order on our online store within 60 minutes, we'll deliver all your groceries to you right at your doorstep. So we like to say it's convenience at your fingertips. So we have everything from alcoholic beverages, soft drinks, breakfast items, canned food, sauces, everything.
Like Costco?
So it's a bit like, it's a supermarket. So it's like Spar or Tesco's, all of that.
Wow.
But these new like ideas that sprang up during the lockdown, they do 10-minute rapid grocery delivery. Like there's like all these big names, Gorillas, Getir, Ocado, Flink. So we took that idea because we tried the model when we were in Berlin. And within 10 minutes during lockdown, the groceries are at your doorstep. So we're like, wow, can you imagine with all the congestion and traffic in Ghana, like actually setting up an online business where people don't have to leave their jobs to go do their grocery shopping and then pick their kids from work and then go to the house and cook. We actually save them that time and we just deliver their groceries to them. We have our own riders. We employ the riders as well. We have our own motorbikes. Wow. We have all the groceries in-house. So basically you order and we pack it in our facility center and then they take it to you. So it's been going really well, like
really.
Yeah.
And how you know, because you say it's in what 60 minutes?
Within 60 minutes. Yes.
Within 60 minutes. Have you been on time?
Yes.
Really?
So if you order on Consume, we have all the products in house. So basically, within 5-10 minutes, we've packaged all your exactly, and then the riders take it. We've zoned the different areas that we deliver to. So we say, okay, we don't do maybe beyond these areas. But the funny thing is the people who have been ordering from us are actually the ones who live outside of the zones. So they're the ones in like Tema, Frafraha, Afienya, and all these areas. But we do call them because we keep saying for us customer service is our priority, it's number one. So if you order from all these areas that are not within the zones that we deliver to, we'll give you a call and tell you, because you're ordering from outside of our delivery zones, we'll deliver to you, but it might take 10, 15, 20 minutes longer. And most people you'd find are very okay with that, because they really don't want to. Yeah, it's convenient for them. Like yesterday, we had an order. So do you have a physical shop then? Yeah, we have. We do have a physical shop. You can actually come there.
Okay.
But we try to tell people, you know, go online and order, because it's not a walk-in supermarket. But there's a company close to where we work, and they're like, no, we'd rather come in. So they come in and they're like, yeah, I want this, 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 and this, and this, and they pay. But we try to discourage people from coming to the facility center. Yeah.
So how was it like setting up your business? I mean, did you register before you came to Ghana, or you did that within all of that within the 5 months? Where did you get your location? How did you source it? All of that, just for people to understand when they're coming to set up a business, how they should be thinking with your story.
The first thing we did was we thought of the location. If we want to deliver within the 60 minutes time frame, we need to find a central location that we can deliver to as many areas as possible. So luckily my brother-in-law, he's really good at doing like stuff like that. So he like went around, he did all the legwork. We didn't have to do anything. So he went around different areas, and then he found like this beautiful location in a quiet road somewhere in Osu, and he was like, I think this is it. Because you have the whole building to yourself, you have like enough space to put all your supplies. So this is the location. So we saw it, we were wild, and we took it, but we had to pay the whole 1 year in advance thing in Ghana, and that was also a lot of money. Yeah. So we did that.
That's a difficult part.
Yes, we did that, and then we asked him to help us register the business. So we could do it remotely, but we had to send all the documents. So we had to send our passport copies, we had to send the business name and all the things that they needed. And then he took it to the Registrar General and then registered the business in our absence. And then we paid the money to register the business, yeah.
Okay. So what about recruitment, getting staff, and all of the other stuff that you've had to go through to get this business started?
That's one of the challenges when you set up a business in Ghana, is the stuff. So the first one we used was the national service. We thought these are recent graduates and they have the skills, but they need work experience. So we went to the national service office, we handed in an application, and they gave us a young lady who works with us. And then we went through friends, family, and like our networks. So we'd send emails to all the different networks we are on, like, hi, say we're setting up a business, and these are the people we need. We need people in like customer service. We need people for the operation side of things, admin. We need someone who has a tech background. We need riders. And surprisingly, like people would recommend others who have the skills. So someone will send you a name. Okay, this is a rider. He used to work at this company, but you know, because of the COVID situation, they've laid them off. So I'll contact them. Like I was doing all my research remotely, so I'll contact them on WhatsApp and then talk to them. So before we came, we even had like a few employees on standby, and all we had to do was just like meet them in person when we came down. Yeah.
Okay. And have you been able to maintain them for 5 months?
No. So we've had to let go of 2 employees and we've gotten new ones.
Okay. What was the reason?
So for one of them, it was the fact that he was taking information from our business to another business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so...
Like a competitor.
Yeah, so he was taking all, like, he was actually using our office line to WhatsApp another business, telling them about like all the things that were happening in our business.
Oh my goodness.
And when we saw, we were like, how do you even do this? So we had to let him go immediately.
Wow.
And the other one, it was just she was, I don't know what word to use. Like you always have to micromanage her, and then she comes late all the time when you try to tell her.
Basically not serious.
Yeah, not serious. Like she'd give you 1,000 excuses, and after like 10, 20 times, we're like, no, we can't do this because we don't have the energy. Like we've just started a business. We don't have the energy to micromanage as well. And then when she comes in late, it's like, oh yeah, I'm late, I'm sorry. But the next day she'll come in late again and over again. We're like, no, we can't do this. And it's not coming in 10 minutes late, it's like 1 hour late, an hour and a half late. And then sometimes she'll be like, oh, I went to all-night service yesterday and like I overslept, I'm tired.
My goodness. Do you think Ghanaians are serious when it comes to working? Because a lot of people that I've spoken to, they're even now getting staff from Togo or Abidjan or etc., you know, around the borders. Are you finding the Ghanaians that are working for you, do you see them as serious or they're not serious?
So it's a mix. We have staff who have been with us from the beginning, and they are really serious. You don't have to micromanage them. At the beginning of the week, we have a stand-up. They know what to do, and they just do it. But then you always get those ones who, sometimes I'm like, but you need the job. You know, you need the money. So I don't get why, you know, you're laxed about the job. I feel like it's 50. Some who know what they're about, they know where they're headed to, and they know this job, you know, can put food on my table. And there's some who just can't be bothered. So it's a mix. Like, we've seen a mix of.
What do you think has been your biggest challenge so far?
The rising cost of products on the markets, because we're not bringing our products in directly. We're getting them from suppliers here in Ghana. We're getting them from importers. And because of the, you know, the inflation rates and fuel prices increasing, everything is going up. So today you get things from the supplier for maybe 11 cedis, and then the following week you get it and it's 13 cedis. And it's like, how do I keep increasing like because we keep saying one of our unique selling points is to have affordable, competitive prices. So if every like month we have to increase, it doesn't work for our model. So that's like the biggest challenge we're facing so far, as a business,
The show, I want people to really understand the dynamics of moving back, right? And be prepared mentally.
My transition was a bit smooth because I've been coming, you know, severally. So in regards to finding housing, navigating around cultural differences, I haven't really experienced that. The challenge that I have had is the mentality of my peers here. You know, many of us that are diasporans that are coming back, we're Pan-African, we want to do things here in Ghana, we want to create businesses and this and that, and we obviously need manpower, and we also need a resource of our peers here to help us, you know. I don't speak Tree fluently, I don't know all the parts of town, I don't know all these things, so partnering up with someone local would be very beneficial. However, their sights are set on the West. So it seems that we're a bit mixed-matched on our future goals, whereby if diasporans were able to come here, connect with other visionaries here, it would be the dream team, you know, because we have access to the West, they have access to Ghana, and we work together and go forward. But we're coming here, many people are coming here, even people are coming here romantically. A lot contact me about dating. Oh, you know, how are the guys in Ghana?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. At a point before, you know, my original channel went down, I had a series called Love on the Continent. And I talked about, you know, the journey of a diasporan coming here and dating someone here and how that was. And the gentleman that I dated actually moved to the UK. So that's what caused the channel to come to an end. And the channel was growing and it was amazing. And I was telling him, like, look, this is a huge opportunity. Nobody else is doing this. You know, let's grow it. And, you know, but he left and went to the UK to work a menial job there. You know, so it's just the vision, you know, of our people here, unfortunately. I think a lot of diasporans have more of that Pan-African energy than people that are natives here, and that's very disturbing. It's also disheartening because obviously we're leaving for various reasons. We want to come here and feel like, okay, finally, I'm home. And then you're realizing a whole nother set of challenges with the people that are here. But I mean, Ghanaians are welcoming, that's which is wonderful. But in terms of strategically planning the future of how it's like the opportunities here, they're blinded to them. Even though they see other foreigners coming here and striking it rich, it's like.
But do you think it's because our eyes has been opened in the diaspora? And so we can see much more opportunities?
That's part of it. And then also, you are what you eat, and we're not pouring into our youth here to be problem solvers. We're not pouring into them to be innovative. We're not pouring leadership skills into them. They are groomed to go to school and look for a job. And that's exactly what they do. Skills are not promoted here. Trades are not promoted here. We're a developing nation. Our youth should be learning agriculture. They should be learning how to pour cement. They should be learning how to do solar energy, but instead they're learning business and they're learning IT, and there's not even enough jobs to receive them. So it's part of our responsibility as well to pour into the youth what we need to see come out. If we're grooming them to go look for jobs, that's what they're going to do. And so I do definitely agree with you. The exposure plays a part, but if we were taking a different direction here in Ghana, that would also contribute to empowering our youth to look for opportunities here.
I think our education system needs a lot of investment and restructuring, because the children in Ghana are not thought to be analytical. They're not thought to speak up for themselves. It's sort of like they're suppressed and oppressed in a way. So when I went to Germany, when the teacher is talking, I couldn't just ask questions in between, because here it's not done. You have to wait till the teacher tells you, you can talk. But there, it's like the kids knew, in between, they'll ask questions, they'll ask why and how. And here, it's like, sometimes when you ask how and why, it's frowned upon. So I think it's something that needs to be instilled in the kids here. And also, the government needs to put a focus and prioritize the education system as well. And also, we need a lot of investment in the STEM. So in science and technology and engineering, mathematics, these are the subjects that are taking us to the future. And they need to put a huge focus and money on these subjects as well to make us more innovative and to drive us towards the technology world that we're in.
One of the things that, local Ghanaians keep saying is that we say we're going to stay, but when times get tough, we have the opportunity to go back and we'll leave them here.
I mean, it's definitely the truth. We do have the accessibility. We also have unique challenges that they don't also have. So I look at it as an asset, to the fact that we do have the ability to go and come and establish ourselves. And, it's a resource that we do have. It's definitely true. And the transition is difficult to make, especially in my case. I don't have family here. I'm not from here. I have nothing here. So everything that comes from me is coming from my own, seed. It's very difficult to do that because a lot of people can tap into their family networks. Here in Ghana, people have massive families. Oh, my dad works for the government. My uncle's this person. I've got family lands. They have also a lot of resources that we from the diaspora don't have. If you grew up in America, your family's not willing you land. They don't have a business. There's not a lot of generational wealth there. So at times, we will have to pivot out simply, if I can't pay my rent, I can't go to my uncle's, family home and stay. If I haven't got money to survive, I'll be stranded. So there may be times you have to, and I think that's just because we're going through the pioneering stage of creating these networks. If we do well, if she and I do well, then our youth will have the generational wealth that we're talking about, property and business and, those things that they can fall on. That's what it's all about, at least for me. That's what it's all about.
I've gotten that comment so many times. They're like, oh, when things got tough in 2018, you left. And now you're back. Say, are you saying you're coming to stay for real, for real? I totally understand it, but I feel like it's also the fact that when we come back, we bring in money, we bring in, our skills, our expertise. We want to share it. We train our employees with the skills that we've gotten from elsewhere. Because I was in HR, it's easier to do that. So we're not coming back empty-handed, and we're not going back just to relax. We go to actually learn and acquire new skills, and then we bring those back in here.
And then you mentioned about how the youth should be empowered, right? And the fact that, you know, us as diasporans bringing our skills, they should be learning from us, etc. Do you think that our education system is broken? Do you think that we should be learning more about our history, about,
Absolutely.
you know, but then isn't the outside education system also broken? Because they're not, it's like both places are not.
It's actually the same, the coin, different sides. I mean, if we're going to talk about England, for instance, you know, many countries that were colonized by the British are circulating British curriculums. That's the same curriculums they're getting outside. And Malcolm X said, "You're a fool to let your enemies educate your children." He said that a long time ago. And they're never going to empower our youth. They're never going to teach them our history. And you can see how that creates a lack of identity. When you know that your family lines are important, they were royalty, they had business, they were sophisticated, it gives you a lot of identity. You know, as someone growing up outside, I always saw that in many Africans. They had more confidence because of their family. You know, oh, my dad is a chief. Oh, we have massive land back in Ghana or back in Sierra Leone. It added a lot of identity to them that Black Americans lack and Black Britons lack and things like that, because they feel that they are part of the minority. Whereas those of you that grew up here know, no, I'm not part of the minority. You know, my country is full of my people, you know, and my family is important. So I think when you instill that, it gives the power, you know, like I feel so empowered living here, not just me, many other people. You see your people reflected on signboards. Even the president looks like you. You know, you go into the bank manager is like you, you know, entertainers. I mean, you go to events and it will be exclusively your people, and they're sophisticated, they're rich, they live in mansions, they drive big cars. And it's like, wow, look at this, I can also do it. So I think we should take control of that. And I hope to see, you know, I'm not an educator, but I hope that diasporans coming back will not only set up schools and then circulate the current curriculum, but will take, you know, a lot of concern to creating curriculums that definitely empower our children and teach them about their history. I recently spoke to students in Columbus, Ohio when I went back to visit about Africa, and I showed them realistic pictures of Ghana and my life and my performances. And I mean, I went to a high school, and so when I went there, I thought the teenagers, you know, they can be a little rowdy, a little distracted, not paying attention, class clown. I didn't know what to expect, you know. But when I tell you, there were at least probably 20, 25 students. The room was quiet as a pin drop. My entire presentation. I mean, they held on to every word. They were just mystified. One of the classes was actually my junior sister's class. She's a teacher. Big shout outs to her. And they said, wow, this is your big sister. They were just so interested. And it led me to know that if we took the initiative to teach our youth the things they need to know, a lot of them would be receptive to that, you know, but we're not doing it. And so therefore there's that huge vacuum, and those of us that have been empowered to know that we were miseducated, we have more responsibility, you know, to change the narrative with these new youth, or else the cycle repeats.
I mean, you walked in here and you were like, wow, this place is beautiful. And so did Cecilia when she walked in. And this is the opportunities that Ghana brings, right? You. Space. As you said, in the UK, we're in boxes, I'm telling literally. You. And
we can the probability of us living the way that we have an opportunity to live on the continent outside is slim. Yeah. You know, me growing up in the US, living there 3 decades, I never saw a Black person with a mansion. You know, obviously you see the celebrities, basketball players, it's intangible. Yeah. You just see it on television, Beverly Hills, you don't know where that is. Here in Ghana,
you get to see it.
Gone, you know, we're in a mansion home now. This is how it is. People live like this. Yeah. It's real. It's attainable. Yeah. And that's the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in a Brie. Yes. And overlooking the whole of Accra. This place is by Chocolate Bediakun, who's the designer. I'm wearing his design at the moment. But again, he's been born, bred here. Has really just traveled out because of his business. Okay. But it's just like 1 week, 2 weeks here to go and sell his products. But he's someone that's made it here. Exactly. So there are Ghanaians here that are making it.
Absolutely.
And I think that, you know, and that should tell the diasporans that, look, local people are making it as well. And you have the opportunity and extra skill and extra money that you can bring to the country as well. So if you had to relive your life, would you have come to Ghana earlier?
Way earlier. at least 10 years ago.
Really?
You know, because I was, professionally, I worked at JP Morgan in the US. I was a banker. And I have the skill, I have the tenacity. You know, I thought I would be an executive in no time because I work hard, I'm reliable, come to work, I have all the skills, I had the education. And that's when I began to kind of encounter like the systematic racism. You know, I would go for interviews and they would say, oh, sorry, you're not qualified. And then they'd hire someone who was not qualified properly and give them the job and have me train this person. And I realized, okay, all the executives don't look like me, you know, and all the service people, the retail, the call center, that's where they corral us. And when I moved to the UK, it was similar. You know, we are corralled into healthcare there. You know, whether you have, you know, accounting or business, it doesn't matter. And I used to talk to so many people. I took the opportunity when I was working in a psychiatric hospital in UK, and I would ask the different Africans, oh, what's your educational background? Oh, for me, I've got masters, I've got this, I've got that. I tried to apply for my job, they see the name, they don't call me back. I applied for a healthcare position, they call me back the next day. So you go there and you see the hospitals are filled with our people. And basically they use the system to restrict our upward mobility. So, you know, at that point I realized, much like she did, that entrepreneurship was going to have to be the way. Because the way I want to live, the vehicle they're giving me is not going to get me there. So I had to challenge myself. And that's what Ghana also does. It makes me examine other opportunities. Okay, like what can I do? Because I think like, I'm like, I can make it here. People are making it here. You know, the other day I saw somebody riding around in a Rolls Royce in East Legon. I'm like, me, I can make it. I have a mind to do something, like find a way to do something. And that's my attitude, you know, and it's true. People are making it here and they should also be acknowledged. There are people that love Ghana, don't want to travel outside. I've met them, they love their country, they know there's freedom, or they're abreast of what's happening outside, and they're like, I don't want to be treated like that, you know, and big ups to you guys that love and cherish our country. More of us will make the difference here.
Absolutely.
More of us will make the difference.
So what are you
here.
currently doing now?
So currently, I'm doing music.
Okay.
I've recently released 3 singles and 2 music videos. You guys can check me out on African Superstar. That is obviously my stage name. Yes, my YouTube channel is the African Superstar Black, but if you just want to see my videos, they're under the African Superstar. Okay. So basically, you know, I mentioned previously I had a large YouTube channel that was taken down, and I'm trying to rebuild and rebrand and re-image myself. And I thought, okay, you know what? Let me try music. It's less controversial, but I can kind of sow the message through the music. So it's been really interesting. Like I said, I've done the music, I've written it myself, I'm independent, I've recorded, shot my own music.
What type of
videos.
music is it?
Afrobeats.
Okay.
I'm trying to use Afrobeats because I realized that very few American artists are, you know, using those beats. So I kind of have the advantage. So I've been rapping, but I do some singing, and that's been it. The reception's been great on YouTube. My first video is called Ghana Roll Call, and I talk about the different regions because I realized that, you know, there's not a lot of nationalism here, you know, and we should be proud. You know, it's one of the reasons I wear kente to special events. Even my second music video, Ghana is Good For Me, I wear kente in it, in Black Star Square. You know, I'm very proud to be here. And I think the things that we have are so unique, and we should market it to the world that this is Ghana, this is Africa, we're proud, you know, and it can also be profitable, you know, because when I was abroad, I used to be looking at Instagram and thinking, damn, I can't wait to be in Ghana. Look at these parties, look at these weddings. Oh my God, this is amazing, you know? Yeah. And other people are now watching me and they're thinking the same, like, wow, I wanna get there. I wanna go to Labadi Beach. I wanna go to these landmarks. And, you know, we promote it and it gets hot. The diaspora, we have that element, you know, so we should utilize it to illuminate our continent. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And I've had a few performances at AfroKiko so far. I've been on Unique Radio, and you know, so I'm trying to do the music thing.
Afrobeats is it now. Like if you look at our artists that are popping out from Ghana, from Nigeria, from all over Africa, it's making serious waves. So I'm sure that your music is gonna gonna blow up?
Yeah, we move.
Yeah,
We're
you're moving. Definitely.
I mean, I think the reception has been amazing just for me being a
Fantastic.
completely new artist with like no direction. I mean,
Wow.
just my own,
Yeah.
you know, creation. So it's really empowering to create it, put it out, and have others enjoy it. And, you know, it's fun. I love doing my songs.
Fantastic. We will
Yeah.
definitely put the YouTube details
Yeah,
and the
thank you so
single in the description. But 3 things, the last thing that you would advise a diasporan before coming to Ghana.
I would say definitely come and visit first and foremost. You know, some people are just coming here and it's a bit drastic, you know, so come and survey, check it out, see how you like it for a holiday. Number 2, I would say prepare yourself well. A lot of times we have people just hop on a plane and come here and let me see what happens. No, if you want to be successful, you need to get a game plan, build a contingency plan as well, because things come, unforeseen things come. And number 3, I would say definitely build some strong relationships with local people. Some diasporans don't want to integrate as much. They just kind of fraternize with themselves, and that's not going to take you forward. You need local people as well. Us working together, creating that bridge is part of why we're here, and that has to be a part of it.
The first thing is to research, like do a lot of research before you come to Ghana, because you can't just, like as she said, hop on the plane and come to Ghana thinking it's going to be easy, it's going to be rosy. It's not. There's so many challenges on a daily basis that you face when you're in Ghana. Are you ready? Are you mentally prepared for the journey? And secondly, if you're going to start a business like we have, you need to think about the business in detail. You know, do your feasibility studies. Who are the people who are going to, you know, buy from you, patronize your business, and don't take all your savings and come. Try to, you know, take maybe part of it, test the waters before you actually eventually move. And finally, just like be humble. You know, go to places that the locals are going to. I think you mentioned it already. You can't just think you're coming to Ghana and you're going to start the business, but from up here. You need people to work for you, and if you're seeing them from this level, they're not going to take it, because Ghanaians are not pushed. You can't push them over. You're not going to come here thinking I'm from Europe, I'm from the US, I'm bigger than you. They will show you. They'll indirectly tell you, no, this is our country. You know, you are the foreigner here. Right. So when you come, you need to really like just take it a notch down. Yeah. You know. Mingle with the locals, get to know the people you're working with on a personal level as well. And you see that they're more like willing to work for you, and they'll even treat you as like family. So yeah, that's one of the most important points.
Well, you've heard from the ladies. Plan before you come, visit before you come, do your research, be humble. Make sure you mingle with the community. Make sure you research into the business that you're going to do before, where you're going to have it. You know, Cecilia has somebody there that could help her do, you know, the research and make sure go and visit their shop, do this, do that. And that's why we've also, you know, started doing the Diaspora Transition Network, so that we can support you in that and make sure that if you don't have anybody, like JEENA didn't have anybody, she doesn't know anybody here. She just literally jumped on the plane and came. And she is building her family and her community right here in Ghana. And so please make sure that you join the Diaspora Transition Network, where we help you transition back to Ghana. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I'll see you next week. God bless.